Hi, everybody. Gary Sinclair. Thanks for jumping in with me on this sort of special addition to my vlog repertoire. I know our country and world are facing numerous challenges and conflicts. I don't have to tell you that. And I hope many of you, am praying for a peace and ceasing of attacks and destruction in both our streets and cities, and now even more so in the Middle East. But I know that whenever we think of conflict, angst, strife, and extreme anxiety, we of course move to the NBA basketball. While some of you think basketball must be over for the year, hey, the Indiana Pacers, where I live, are in the NBA Finals against Oklahoma City, and the next game is tonight, just in case you haven't heard. However, I'm not going to tell you how the Pacers are the better team, that they have what it takes to win it all, or to revisit the exciting endings they've created to win games thought lost. Yeah, I'm biased. Instead, I want to just talk about how on television this year, these season-ending high-stakes games have kind of been stripped of their usual pomp and anticipation, fun, team promotion, and patriotism. See, these games have been more than just 48 minutes of playing time. No, they were also total experiences that made these games very different from the 82 regular season games. For example, the player introductions, accompanied by, fancy lights and pulse-beating music and stadium announcers' big voices, are skipped on TV this year. Viewers used to look forward, I know I did, to seeing and hearing who's the famous singer or group who would perform the national anthem. And it was all accompanied by the pride and presentation of the flags. During those prayer take-a-knee days, however, where participants would lock arms and or take a knee to protest America and demand support for only their group or project, networks had no problem showing those moments. Thankfully, that kind of protest and personal statement has been banned from most sports. And frankly, Tim Tebow deserves an apology. In case you don't know, he was panned by many for going on one knee to pray and give thanks after a touchdown when he played football. Yes, it's still true that while the final playoffs are only games, they're being played in a city and a country of pride and hope and God worship and excellence. And each home team's atmosphere should still be raucous, loud, patriotic, and positive. And that still happens, but not on TV. What, do the producers and NBA organizers not remember that most of us can't afford the tickets that run from somewhere around $300 a person for the very highest seats to the $11,000 per person tickets courtside? Why the change? Well, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling we've made the talking heads' opinions and predictions some sort of super wisdom and special expertise that we can't live without. For many of the games, however, especially involving the Pacers and their last-minute victories, did I mention that? They were often overcoming large leads, and the prognosticators were all wrong. Yeah, these experts and former players can be entertaining and interesting. I look forward to a couple of them, the way they express their views through their unique perspective and personality. And I understand that many more look to them to help their betting choices win more. But why can't their input be curtailed by just 10 minutes to let those watching on the various outlets enjoy the pageantry and the pride expressed about the city and their country? Second, I think there's an unhealthy, unrealistic fear of offending those who aren't American or don't agree with our country's direction. And yet, why does that matter? If this isn't someone's country, why would they expect that their view should be, thought of first and is most important, especially at a basketball game? See, I've been to Russia over 20 times and can't go there now, obviously, but in those cities and other cities from other countries where I've attended sporting events, nobody in any of those locations cares whether they would offend me or others if they play their anthem or show pride in their country. In fact, if I publicly protested in any form there, might actually put me in jail and a long, even unending stay there. Isn't it interesting that those from other countries or with non-American backgrounds are often waving flags from their own country, not ours? Why don't they just then go back to their country if that's the surroundings they long for? I think they know they've got it pretty good. But sadly, even some so-called Americans who were born here gained recognition, amazing income perhaps from America. I think the rest of us must agree with them, and they can still hate the country. See, it's time to expect respect, understanding, and a thankfulness from those who have a different background, including an understanding and appreciation of our abilities to still enjoy a few minutes of American pride in an important game. And anyone who's willing to still value that and speak well of our pleasure in that and act respectfully towards the people who value that, then anybody can benefit, including them. And then the rest of us can actually enjoy the game, even though we're not there. Though I was wondering, anybody got any tickets? Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening.